be this. But to all of y'all, I'm Cornelius Brown. A lot of people know me as Pig. Kind of reiterating on what these guys are saying, be different. Don't be scared to make your own decisions. Don't try to follow the crowd that you think is cool or you think they're having a great time and you're not. Be different. Be yourself. Don't be afraid to. A lot of people really don't know my story. A lot of people look at me and be like, I don't think that guy had it rough. I don't think he went through trials and tribulations to get where he at. Well, a lot of those people are wrong. Just like most of you all, I was born and raised in Cook County. I lost my dad when I was 13. Fortunately, I had a stepdad come in and he took the role of my father when my dad passed away, and I'm forever gracious for that. But I don't think nobody really wants to go through that pain of actually losing their biological father. That was a rough time for me. But at the end of the day, I couldn't hold my head on it. I had to grow up real fast, and I had to keep it pushing. I didn't want anybody feeling sorry for me, and I wasn't gonna feel sorry for myself. Going through middle school, I did what I had to do to get through middle school. I'm not gonna sit up here. I'm not a big school person either. I hated school, but I know that I had to go to school, and I had to work hard in the books. Because without the books, there would have been no sports for me. My mom wasn't going to play that. If I came home with bad grades or I came home and didn't do my chores around the house, there was no going outside playing football. There was no going to practice. All of that was done. Going through high school, I played basketball and football. I started 3 years in basketball, all 4 years in football. My sophomore year in football, I started getting a lot of recognition. I became an all-state player as a sophomore, which is really hard to do. A lot of players don't make all-state as a sophomore. My junior year, I made all-state again. I won Defensive Player of the Year. Basically being a team guy, doing whatever my team needed me to do. The coaches loved me, the fans loved me, the community loved me. I did what I had to do on and off the field. My senior year, after my junior year, I started getting a lot of recognition, started getting magazines and people wanting to come do articles. I don't know if they do it now, but we had something back then my senior year called the Magnificent Seven. That's when you're one of the top 7 players in the state of Georgia. So I'm going up against the Lions, the Valdosters, the Cockers, the Bufords. I'm one of the top 7 players in the state right here from Adel, Georgia. So my senior year, I had all these schools recruiting. A lot of people don't know this. I had Florida State, Florida Gators, Miami Hurricanes, Georgia Bulldogs, Georgia Tech. You know, all the SEC schools, even had some schools out in the Midwest, Nebraska's, Oklahoma's, schools like that. But my second game of my senior year, first play of the game, got hit in my leg, tried to keep on running, and I just felt my leg buckle. So I'm just like, dang man, like something ain't right. So I tried to get up and run it off on the sideline, and the trainer was like, no, you're done. So I'm like, what you mean I'm done? Like, I'm going back in the game, man. My team need me. I'm going back. He was like, no, it's impossible. So I'm on the sidelines. I'm crying. Come to find out I got a partial torn MCL. So all of those big-time recruits, they fell off. A lot of people don't know this, but when you're going through that process and you're going through that stage, to be honest, you're basically like a piece of meat. If they can't use you right now, what is he good for? So I rehabbed, I worked out, I came back 2 weeks later, finished out the season. My senior year, made first team All-State again, won Defensive Player of the Year. But those big-time schools were no longer there, so when it all came down to it, I only had 2 scholarship offers. I had Valdosta State, which is a Division II university, and I had Middle Tennessee State. I think they may have been Division II back then, but they're a Division I university right now. Me being a small town guy, I'm just like, you know what? I don't really know about Tennessee, but I know Valdosta State because it's right down the road. Went on a visit, had a good time, signed my national letter of intent to go play for the Valdosta State Blazers. But here's another part of the education that I failed to realize back when I was in high school. Like today, we got a couple of my players out here. You see how the coaches are about you guys taking your SAT and the SAT. Very important. Those are tests that's going to help you get into college. Well, back then, they were pushing it, but they really weren't. And I mean, and I'm not going to sit up here and be like, well, they didn't care about me. But if I can go back to high school, I would be more in tune to taking those tests. Well, I only took the SAT one time and I took the ACT one time. I failed the SAT by 20 points and I failed the ACT by a point. So I'm just like, well, I mean, I didn't study and it was time, and I only had one time to take it and pass it and go on to Valdosta State. Well, that didn't happen. I didn't pass. So in 2003, which would have been my freshman year in college, I sat out of football. I'm still staying with my mom, and I know, me being the guy that I wasn't gonna let my mom just sit around and pay all the bills, and my mom and my stepdad. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get me a job too. So I got out and got me a job. I worked for 6 months, all the way from June till December. But one of the coaches at Valdosta State was like, dang man, we really missed you this year on the field, man. We're like, you need to get back into playing football. The world misses Pig Brown playing football. You're too good not to play. I'm just like, what's up, coach, man? What you got for me? He's like, I tell you what. He's like, since you didn't pass those scores, let's try to go to junior college. Me being, I didn't know anything about junior college at this point. I'm just like, what's junior college? He's like, well, it's a 2 year, it's a community college. You can go there, you can earn your degree. I'm just like, I don't really care about degrees and stuff like that. I ain't really worried about that right now. I'm like, man, what can I play football with? Because like I tell you what, we can either go to Minnesota, where it's very cold. I'm not used to that. We can go to Kansas, which is in the middle of nowhere. Wasn't going there. He's like, we can go to California. So I'm like, oh, Cali. We got the beaches, we got the girls. I say, you know what? I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to leave Adel, Georgia, and go all the way out to California, all the way on the West Coast. Just think about an 18-year-old saying, I'm going to leave Adel, Georgia, and go to California by himself and don't know anybody. That's tough. You traveling across the world and you don't know anybody. Well, I get over to Reedley, California, which is in the Central Valley of California, like right in the middle by Fresno, California. Everything's going good. I'm out there, I'm working hard, doing what I got to do. To reiterate on what these guys is, one day set me back so far. I had 2 weeks left to finish school. Well, to finish my first year of school. I had 2 weeks left. You just think about this. I'm going to the football field. I got my backpack on, I got my cleats on. We're getting ready to go do a 7-on-7. Just us going out there trying to get better. One of my friends said, hey, Pig, help me carry this speaker inside the dorm room. This is my friend now. This is my roommate. So I'm just like, oh, cool, back. Help him take it on, boom. Go out there to the field, get good work in. Nothing thought of. We get done, get back to the dorms. It's about 10 police out there. So I'm just like, yo, what's going on? They pulled me in there. They're like, is this you on camera? Carrying this speaker box right here? I'm like, yeah, that's me. Like, what's the big deal? Oh, you arrested for receiving stolen property. I say, what? Are you kidding me? They're like, no, we're not. Handcuffs, they take us to the station, do what they gotta do. I got kicked out of school with 2 weeks of school. You think about all the work you put in, and I got kicked out of school with. So all that hard work I put in, all my grades got withdrawn from school because I made one bad decision. It really wasn't even a bad decision. It was that's just one of those things where you gotta watch the people you hang around. Because all he had to do was tell me, like, look, man, we just beat this guy up and we took his entertainment equipment. That's all he had to tell me. That's what really happened. They had jumped some guy, took his stuff, and thought they was gonna use it in the dorm rooms. So I got sent home, came back home. That was in like April, like late March, April. I got sent home, came back home for the summer, so my coach called me. He was like, hey man. He was like, man, he was like, well, I seen some things in you, man. He was like, you need to get back out here. He was like, I really don't do this for everybody, but he was like, I believe in you. He was like, you need to come back out here. You need to come back out here on the right path with your mindset that you're gonna come out here and you're gonna do what you gotta do inside the classroom, and you're gonna do what you gotta do on the football field. I say, you know what, coach, man, I'm willing to do whatever. I'm just ready to get back out there. So I get back out there, I go back out there, I get into summer school, do what I gotta do in summer school. So now I'm caught back up. So the start of my sophomore year really wasn't getting that much attention. A couple of scouts came out there, overlooked me. All they would say is, man, who's that guy right there? Who's that guy right there working hard? Like, oh, that's Pig Brown, man. You know, he ain't really that fast. He played some last year. He had some sparks. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep an eye on this guy because this guy's a worker. So after my first game, I had nobody recruit me. We played Sacramento City. I go out there, I go out there and destroy anything that's in my way. After that first game, I had every Pac-10 school you can think of, Pac-12 now, USC, Oregon State. I had every school over there just going crazy. Because I went out there and I did what I had to do. But I had this one school, Mizzou. They were the first person to pull the trigger. They offered me a scholarship. And the crazy thing about this is, they didn't even come to recruit me. They came to recruit a 5-star defensive end. I was unranked. And they found me and was like, hey, we don't want you to show your highlight film to nobody else. We want to offer you a scholarship right now, right here. And that's exactly what happened. They offered me a scholarship right on the spot. But what I forgot to tell you guys is that stuff that happened in April and March, I still had to deal with it. So I had to go to community service. They say I had to go, when I went back in the summer, I had to go to court, do all that. They was like, all right, well, I'll tell you what. Since you're in the school, you're playing college ball, you're doing what's right, we're going to give you the option. We're going to either give you the option to do 30 days in jail or 45 days of community service. What you think I should? I say, I'm doing 45 days of community service. I ain't no way I'm going to jail. So I'm playing football. I'm out there. I'm the man right now. I'm doing community service. I go about 4 days. I say, man, screw this crap. I ain't going no more. I say, it's too hot. My homeboys riding by, they picking at me, throwing water bottles out the window. I'm like, man, I ain't going no more. I say, I'm done with this crap. So I'm thinking like, man, you know what? If I do these days, I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna sign my letter of intent, and I'm just gonna leave. And go back home to Georgia. Ain't no way they gonna mess with me about some community service crap all the way from California. I'm way in Georgia. Wrong. Go out one night. We're going out to have a good time. I already know I stopped going to community service. I'm with one of my friends. He runs a stoplight. And I'm just like, I see the police behind us, they're flashing their lights. Woo woo. So they come up to the car, they ask everybody for their license. They ask them for a license registration. They was like, can we see? I'm like, what you mean, man? What you need to see my license for? Like, I ain't doing nothing. They're like, well, it's just protocol, you know, we're just trying to make sure everything's good, make sure nobody has any warrants. So as soon as he took my license, I looked at my homeboy on the driver's side, I say, hey man, look, you might well tell coach ain't gonna be at practice, Mark, I'm finna go to jail. He like, no, what you talking about? I'm like, bro, I know I already got a warrant out for my arrest, just to show. They came back to the car, they said, Mr. Brown, you're under arrest. You're under arrest. You got a warrant for your arrest for not doing your community service. So I'm just like, oh man, so I have to go sit in jail. I have to go sit in jail for like a week. So I'm sick. So I go to court. They're like, I tell you what, you can finish off this football season, finish off this school, but on December the 26th, you need to report back here to this jail to finish up your 3 weeks of time. So in 2005, I couldn't even enjoy Christmas. I'm just out there like, man, because I know I got to turn myself in the next day in the jail. I got to go do 3 weeks of jail right after Christmas. I get done with all that after Christmas. I turn myself, I do my little time. I'm out, everything's good. Coach told me, he was like, hey, look, he was like, you know we still want you. We know everything that happened that's in the past. We know you're a good guy. We're gonna be on you. Just make sure you come to school in shape. I finished my sophomore season. Weighing 196 pounds. By the time I got to Mizzou, my junior year, I was weighing 230 pounds. So I'm almost 30 plus pounds overweight. So I get out there the first day at Mizzou. First off, they already criticized me as soon as I get there. My coach come up to me and was like, you're not 6 foot, you're 5'10". I'm like, what that got to do with anything? I say, I'm a baller. I ain't nothing. I say, hey, when I get on the field, bro, my play gonna speak for itself. He's like, all right, I hear you. We get out there the first day. They're doing some conditioning. I'm looking. I don't have my physical yet. I'm looking like, oh, that's easy. Knowing I'm out of shape, but I'm like, man, that's easy. So I'm thinking the next day that we're gonna do the same thing. We go out there and we do something totally different. A lot of people don't even know this. I had quit playing football. That's how bad they broke me down that one day. I quit playing football. I called my mom, I called home and everything. I say, Mom, I'm done, man. I'm not playing, I'm not doing this. I say, you know what? I had a good run. I said, it ain't for me. When I tell you she talked so bad to me, all I was doing was just crying because I just knew how bad I was going to be hurting trying to get back into shape. She wouldn't let me quit. So I couldn't quit. At this time, none of my siblings had done went to college and finished college and did any of that. So I'm just like, oh man. So get past all that, I worked my way. I was hurting, struggling, but I made it through the summer. My junior year, wasn't really playing. I was too much into partying. My coach used to come up to me every week and be like, you know what, man, you can be our starting safety, but you don't know the plays, you don't know the playbook. All you want to do is party. I'm like, you know what, you're right. That's all I'm doing this year, dog. I'm just partying, I'm living right now. So I'm getting reps, but I ain't really getting reps like that. So after that, everybody had done graduated. So I come into my senior year ranked number 1 on the depth chart. So I'm just like, you know what, it's my time now. We go into spring practice. He got the depth chart like everybody's neck and neck. We go into spring practice, I'm talking about, now my whole mindset is different. I'm like, you know what, I ain't playing around this year. I say, whoever's behind me will never see the field because I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna separate myself so far from the next person above me that there will not be a question of anybody getting any reps with me being on the field. So I go in, my coach calls me in his office, he's like, man, look, I don't know what happened to you. He even called my girlfriend, was like, look, I don't know what you're doing to him, but you keep it up. Because I ain't never seen nobody play at the level this guy's playing at right now. So we get ready to play our first game of the season. You know, now I'm hearing NFL talks, and you know, I'm getting excited, like, dang, like, you know, I might get a chance to go to the NFL. I say, you know, we had one person from ADL. I'm like, man, that was so far. I say, I'm it now. So I look at the rankings. They got me ranked as the number 98 safety in the country. Before I'm like, man, there's no way, man. So we get ready to play Illinois first game of the year. I go out and have a monster game. So the next week I look at my rankings. I jumped all the way from number 98 to number 24 in one game. So from that point on, I was just jumping up the ranks. Boom, 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 boom. So we get to the 8th game of the season. I had did all these interviews for College Game Day. I'm pretty sure some of y'all done. You see how they do the interviews for College Game Day. I get on there, I tell my story. I do what I got to do. Now at this time, I got every agent. I'm talking about any agent that any big time football player that you can think of right now, their agent was calling me. Because now, from me going all the way from the 98 safety, now I'm the number one defensive back in the country, right here from Adel, Georgia. I go all the way from unranked to the number 1 defensive back in the country, right here from Adel, Georgia. But at the same time, though, I'm humble. I'm talking about I'm doing what I got to do inside the classroom, outside the classroom, doing what I got to do in the community. My name never comes up. They ask me questions. They're asking me all kind of questions like, how do you feel about being the best defensive player in the country. Not even defensive back, now we're talking about defensive player. So they had me projected as the best defensive player in the country. Right here from Adel, Georgia. I was still humble the whole time, like, you know what, man, hey, I'm just taking it one day at a time. My teammates are pushing me to get better. My coaches are putting me in the right place to make plays. I'm just living right now. Do my little interview, we'll go out, we're playing Iowa State. We're probably ranked top 10 in the country at the time. We're playing against the worst team in our conference. They out there giving us the fight of our lives. We're just like, dang, man, we can't put these guys away. The worst team in the conference. We get into the fourth quarter. My leg goes to feel a little funny. I'm up, I'm talking trash, I'm out there making plays, I'm flying around, I'm looking at the coaching staff. I'm just out there having a great time. So my leg goes to feeling funny. So I'm just like, dang. Talking to my trainer, he was like, I tell you what, if your leg's still hurting you, when you come out this next series, you're done for the day. I say, good. I say, all right. They try to run a reverse. I go make the tackle on the backfield. Now I'm selling out, the crowd going crazy. 100,000 fans going crazy. I'm feeling good, but I'm still having my ankle. Like, dang. Next play. I backpedal, plant, break. All I hear is something pop. I fall down, I hit the ground. Me being me, I try to get up and I try to make the play. As soon as I take a step, I fall right back down to the ground. I took my helmet off, started crying. I get to the sideline. They're whispering. I'm thinking that my ankle's broke. If my ankle's broke, fine. I ain't worried about a broke ankle. That'll heal. They tell me I ruptured my Achilles tendon, which is probably one of the worst football injuries that you could ever have. Because without your Achilles, you're not walking. So now I went from hero to zero in a second. I went from all these first round NFL talks to nobody calling me at all. It happened just like that. I went from hero to zero in a matter of seconds. But my coach, they come to me and they tell me that some teams were interested in me. They was like, man, make sure you stay in shape, make sure you're working out and doing all that. I'm just like, yeah, coach, I'm not even feeling it at this time. So we get through my senior year. I got hurt in October. We have our pro day in March. So I'm out there, I'm at about 70, I'll say about 70%. We have all the NFL teams come out. They're in shock. They see me out there running because they're like this guy is really running right now after rupturing his Achilles tendon a few months ago. So I got all these teams, they coming over there talking to me, how you feel about playing for the Falcons, how you feel about playing for the Jaguars. And you know me, I'm just giving them all the same answer. Like, it would be an honor for me to come help your organization try to win a championship. So draft day come 2008, I look in the books, I still got the book to this day. Even with me being hurt, they still had me projected to get drafted in the 4th round to the New England Patriots. They had me projected to get drafted in the 4th round. So draft day comes, I go over to the girl's family, you know, we're watching the draft. I got the book out, I'm just looking at the book. So I'm seeing names come off, okay, I'm like, all right, 4th round comes. I start seeing guys' names that I'm like, what, Nickel State? I'm seeing guys getting picked up from places like that. So I'm just like, oh my God. So first day go by, second day come by, still got the book. So by the time the end of the draft, the 7th round, I just closed the book. I told him, I said, you know what, I don't really want to talk to anybody. I say, you know, it is what it is. So I get a visit to the Chicago Bears. I go up there, everything's good. Go in there, I'm humble. So this just to show you how when you get to that level, if you ain't that guy, they don't give a crap about you. I go in there, I meet with the coaches. I get done talking to the head coach. I go meet with some other coaches. I go meet with the trainers. It's like, well, we have you down as running a 4.8 at your draft day. I'm like, yeah, I ran a 4.8 at 70% fresh off an Achilles tendon after an ruptured Achilles tendon. They didn't even know that I had ruptured my Achilles tendon. That's just like, I was just a piece of meat to them. So after that, I didn't get drafted, didn't get it. Well, I had one trial with the Kansas City Chiefs. But I went to the Chiefs I'm out there with so much tape on my foot. It's like I got a boot on. I'm out there trying to run with guys running 100%. I'm about 75%. I'm like, there's no way I can keep up with these guys. So, didn't get a call back from them. Didn't get a call back from the Chicago Bears. 2009 rolls around. I'm just like, you know what, man? I don't even want to play football anymore. I'm done with it. It's whatever. I get a call from an arena football coach. He's like, hey. He's like, well, how would you like to still, how would you like to play football? Gave me the amount of money. I'm just like, man, I don't know, man. I don't think that's enough money. He was like, it ain't really about the money. It was like, it's about you getting back out here, getting some film, getting it on to the next level, to the NFL scouts. So 2009 come around, I agreed to play. Went in a little out of shape, worked my way back into shape. My agent calls me. He said, hey, this is one of those, and before I get to it, this is probably one of the most important decisions I ever made in my life. This right here kind of changed me from being a millionaire to a hundredaire. So we get in there, he's talking, he was like, hey man, the Green Bay Packers want you to come in, they want you to come to their mini camp. I'm like, word? I'm like, okay, let's do this, let's go. We going. But he was like, the Minnesota Vikings want you to come also. I'm like, okay. I say, let's talk to both of them and see what they're talking about. Me trusting my agent, which I should have been trusting myself, because at the end of the day, nobody can take, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, nobody can take care of you like you can take care of you. So I should have went with my first instinct. So I'm doing my research. The Minnesota Vikings has no safeties. They have no proven safeties on their list. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm like, hey man, let's go to the Vikings. I said, I think I can go in there and compete for a starting job right now. He was like, you can, and I believe you can. But he was like, all the Green Bay Packers want you. All they want to do is see if you 100%, and they're gonna sign you, no matter what. I'm like, you sure? He's like, yeah. All they want to do is see if you're 100%. They're gonna sign you right there. Boom. So I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. Remind you, the Vikings, they have no proven safeties. So I go to the Green Bay camp. I'm out there with Clay Matthews, Aaron Rodgers, all those guys. I'm out there. We have a 3-day mini camp. I graded out with an A+ in the mini camp. That's the highest grade that you can get as a prospect, an A+. But what my agent forgot to tell me is that they had an all-pro safety at the time named Nick Collins. He was holding out because he had just made the Pro Bowl. He had just made first team All-Pro. So he was holding out. He wasn't going to sign till he was getting ready to get the big bucks. So now, I done wasted this opportunity with the Vikings. They don't sign some no-name guys that's probably still in the NFL right now. But I trusted him. They wait to sign him. They tell me they're going to call me back. Never heard a word from him. After that day, I didn't say another word to my agent. I haven't talked to my agent since 2009. I still got an agent, which is crazy. I still got an NFL agent, but I hadn't talked to him in almost 7 years. So after that little experience, I played arena football. Played arena football for 7 years. Just got inducted into the Hall of Fame. So I think I did pretty good. I think I did pretty good for myself. And a lot of things my kids ask me is, because I tell them stories. I tell them stories about how great a lot of us was that you guys don't even really know about. They were like, well, if you're so good, then how come you here? I'm like, first off, if you playing a sport right now, I promise you, not one athlete has played a sport forever. Name me one. At some point in time, they're going to quit playing that sport. Then what are you going to fall back on? What you going to fall back on when you get done playing? When your time is up? So out of the deal, I got 2 degrees, about to work on the 3rd. Like, you got to have a backup plan. You just got to. They're like, why you here in Adel? Because I want to come back to Adel to show you and to show some of these kids, not even just kids, some parents some grown-ups that there is hope being right here from ADL. Work nationwide. If I want to go coach in California or Nebraska, all I probably got to do is fill out an application. You know what? Yeah, okay, and I can go. But I chose to come back home. I could have went anywhere. Degrees don't just work in your hometown where you're from. That's why you go to school. That's why you go to school and you work towards that degree, because life after sports is very important. Very important. You make sure you listen. That life after sports is very important. You get that degree will take you a long way. And proven fact, I'm here right now today. I'm blessed. And I just want to thank Kmart and Rob and Booger and all you guys just for allowing me to come up here and share my story, because a lot of people don't know that stuff about me. A lot of people don't know that I got arrested and did all this and that and you know, had visits or was almost one day away from being a millionaire to 100. A lot of people don't know that. So I'm just blessed to be able to come up here and just kind of share that with you guys and just try to reach out to some of you all, because at the end of the day, if I can reach through one person, I'm totally fine with it. I wouldn't have cared if it had been 500 people here and 499 of them would have walked out and be like, man, he's just full of crap. And that one person was like, you know what, man, I'm listening to that guy. I'm going to listen to that guy and I'm going to take something away from it and I'm going to use it to my everyday life. So with that being said, thank you all for listening.